Hey, Jacob. So two teams today shut down their workouts because of a delay in testing. I mean, what's your personal comfort level right now with how safe this whole thing has been so far, how the testing procedures seem to go, and are you comfortable with what you've experienced from that standpoint?
Yeah, so far I've been comfortable. I think we're spaced out really well here, and kind of how the workouts and stuff have been going, where there's a couple different groups. I felt safe and comfortable so far.
Thanks.
Hey, Jake, kind of along those same lines, I know you have a couple young kids at home. Before the season, did you ever have any reservations about playing just because of the possible risk?
No, yeah, I think, even at home and throughout this whole process, kind of taking every safety measure that has been advised. So just trying to follow the rules and keep myself as safe as possible along with my family. They've stayed home quite a bit, so haven't been out too much or around a lot of people. So so far, like back to that, I felt pretty safe.
Thank you.
Hey, Jake, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah. As somebody who has kind of done his best work in September the past 2 years, what are maybe the unique challenges for you of a 60-game season, knowing, a bad 2-3 start stretch could affect?
Well, you're saying I'm going to have a bad 2 or 3 starts, I guess.
I'm just asking.
No, I feel really good. Continued throwing while I was at home. Hopefully I got those 2 or 3 bad starts out in the bullpen sessions at home. So I think just try not to do too much. Hopefully get off to a good start and keep it rolling and eliminate the bad ones.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Hey, Jacob, along those lines, I know you went 2 innings in the Sim Game Live BP yesterday. With probably 2 or 3 more of those before opening day, I was wondering what your expectations were as far as workload leading into the regular season.
I think I should be ready to go. The goal is to get up to around 85 pitches in my last one here and kind of go as normal. Talked it over with Hef. With how much throwing I did while I was at home, I feel like I'm ready to ramp up pretty quick.
You said that the goal is 85 pitches in your last tune-up before opening day?
Yes.
Okay. Which would make you pretty much normal for opening day.
Yeah, around 100 or so.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep.
Jake, how you doing? I'm just wondering, what's your level of optimism that we're going to play a season here, get through a season here? I mean, there's a lot of stuff obviously that has to happen for everything to fall into place. I mean, are you concerned that we're going to have a season?
I think I think everybody would like to play. I think that's the goal, to play baseball. And, so far what I've seen here with the steps that we're taking, I can't speak for, other clubs or whatnot, but, I feel like if we follow the rules that are set in place here, that there should be a good chance of seeing baseball.
And one other thing, Conforto had mentioned the other day, you were involved a lot as far as with the team, with the discussions with the MLB and the Players Association. I'm just wondering, was there a point that you thought it might not happen because of the division between the two sides?
I don't think I ever really thought that we weren't going to play. I think, being involved and listening to kind of what was going on, it felt like both sides wanted to play. It was just trying to figure out everything. And there was so much unknowns, as far as the virus and how this would work, how you could get guys in and keep everybody safe. So I think a lot of it was that. And I feel like through the whole process, both sides wanted to play baseball, and here we are hoping to still play.
Hey Jake, good to see you. You mentioned working with Hef over the break. What kind of was that communication like with him back and forth over the last few weeks and months for you?
It was kind of like the off season. I think he kind of knew that I was going to stay prepared the best I could under the circumstances, and I would just call him after I threw, tell him kind of how it went, how many pitches, and, he would just ask when the next one was, what the plan was, and as far as when things go, how much time I thought I would need to get ramped up. And, we played through a couple different scenarios of would it be 2 weeks, would it be 3 week ramp up period? And, we came up with a schedule now that I feel like I should be ready.
And then given the uncertainty of when baseball was going to come back, how hard was it to figure out how fresh to stay? Whether, at the start we thought it might be just a couple weeks and it turns into a couple months. How hard is it as a pitcher to stay at a certain level there?
I think I kept throwing it, I kept throwing through the whole time, which that's something I kind of do in the off season. I don't take much time off. So it felt normal to keep throwing. I think the intensity was that was something that was new because I don't normally, get on the bullpen or get in the bullpen and throw in the off season. I normally wait till I come down to spring for my first bullpen. So I was getting on the mound, throwing with intensity. Patrick Mazika actually happened to be around, so he was catching me. And, I was able to get on the mound twice a week for I don't even know how many weeks, but did it with a lot of intensity, trying to stay fresh.
And in a 60-game season, have you thought about just how often you can pitch? Is there any chance you can pitch more often than every fifth day or something like that when you don't have a full 6 months to worry about?
Actually haven't thought about that. That was the first time that's been brought up. But, I think with our starting staff, the guys we're going to be running out there, I would assume that we'd stay on 5 days.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
Yep.
Jake, in a normal year, we'd be coming in here talking about, Cy Young Award, can you win 3 in a row? How do you kind of view that challenge now in a compressed season?
That's what I think as far as players really stinks kind of with what happened. Everybody, it's a very unfortunate situation throughout the world of this whole virus. But as a player, you have a short window to, be competitive and kind of I was looking at. I was like, man, I felt really good in spring. Just being out there, competing is what guys I think were missing the most. So, it's kind of take it as from the All-Star break on and just go out there and do all you can do and hopefully maybe another one.
Jake, we saw Stephen. Where do you think he could still go this year in terms of taking his game to the next level? And what do you think is we've seen him healthy the last couple of years. Now what's next?
Yeah, he looked really good today. That was very impressive to watch. That's, maybe the best I've seen him in a long time. It was very impressive. Everything was right where he wanted it, and it was exploding out of his hands. So fun to watch. So I think this, just go out there and compete. That's all you can do. Throw the pitch with intent every pitch, and I think the upside's unbelievable.
Jake, just to follow up on what DeComo asked, if it comes to pass that you end up with a third Cy Young Award, given how strange and weird this season is, does that count the same in your mind? You know what I mean? Like, can you feel the same accomplishment there, or is it just going to be totally different if it happens?
I would say there definitely has to be some difference there. 12 starts versus 32 or however many you get 33 times. I think that's less than half. So there's a lot that can happen in any given start. So you normally play 162 games and 200 innings. I mean, that's I don't think it would feel the same, but it's definitely still a goal.
Okay, and I guess to follow up on that, if the Mets win a World Series, right? And again, given how unfortunately whatever happens, it's going to be an odd season. How do you greet that? Like, do you celebrate just as if it's a normal season, or how does that work in your mind?
Yeah, I think so. As far as that's a team coming together and under these circumstances and figuring out a way to win. And I think that is a team effort that would, take everybody honestly kind of following these guidelines to staying healthy and being able to stay on the field. And I think that's something that you would definitely celebrate. Okay. Thank you, guys.